on this case coming up.
And a major cool down on the way for our Thursday. We'll more on that full forecast coming up. NBC Palm Springs at 6 starts right now.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Whatever you think of the criminal justice system and people need a break, someone who does that to a child belongs in prison, period.
Riverside County District Attorney Mike Hestron speaking at today's press conference. Authorities saying 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro was, quote, severely abused over time and died from those injuries. Prosecutors believe his father, Jake Haro, is responsible. Haro and his wife, Rebecca, both charged with murder and filing a false police report. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Mark Messer. Our coverage following today's press conference in Riverside does continue tonight. It's our top story. Multiple law enforcement agencies were present at the press conference for the Emmanuel Haro murder case today. Our Brett Rosen was there, and tonight he has more from officials and what they're telling him. He joins us from outside the Haro home in Cabazon this evening. Brett.
Mark here in Cabazon, outside the home of Rebecca and Jake Haro, the parents who were arrested and charged for the murder of their 7-month-old son, Emmanuel Haro. And like you guys were saying earlier, there was a press conference today at the Riverside County District Attorney's office where the DA, as well as the Riverside County Sheriffs and San Bernardino Sheriffs, all spoke to the media, giving updates on the investigation. One of them being they still haven't found the remains of Emmanuel Haro. However, they have a strong inclination on where he might be. Now, tensions rose as the press conference was continuing, with the DA saying that this all could have been prevented. Take a look.
Sir.
What kind of evidence did investigators have that led to the arrest of the parents without having the body?
Well, we've got a lot of evidence. We're going to have to play that out in court. I can't lay it out here today.
Today, a news conference inside the doors of the Riverside County District Attorney's office. Both Riverside County and San Bernardino sheriffs spoke to media about updates on the case of Emmanuel Haro, the 7-month-old baby that has been missing the past 2 weeks. Last Friday, both parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro, were arrested for the murder of their 7-month-old son. Jake Haro already has a past, with a past charge of child cruelty back in 2018.
The child's name is Carolina. She is still alive today, but she is permanently bedridden. She has permanent damage.
However, Jake only received probation. And now District Attorney Mike Hestron says it wasn't just the parents that failed Emmanuel, but the justice system as well.
That decision was absolutely outrageous. Mr. Haro should have been in prison at the time that this crime happened. And if that judge had done his job as he should have done, Emmanuel would be alive today.
The district attorney's office says what truly happened to Emmanuel is still an ongoing investigation. However, they believe what took Emmanuel's life was child abuse.
The filing in this case reflects our belief that baby Emmanuel was abused, a victim of child abuse over time, and that eventually, because of that abuse, he succumbed to those injuries. That's what we believe.
Now, both Riverside County Sheriffs and San Bernardino Sheriffs are working together on the case. Both departments say they work better together.
After finding out those inconsistencies in the statement on the initial report, that's where hundreds of hours of investigations have come in by our Specialized Investigations Division to try to get to the bottom of what's really going on.
Neither one of us care about jurisdiction. Our belief is that the Inland Empire is better served when we are cooperating and working together.
Now, Mark and Olivia, we've been highlighting it for about a week now, this ever-growing memorial for Emmanuel Haro outside the home. You can see signs lining this fence line in front of the home. Residents and members of the community still coming out to add to this vigil. Now, something that the district attorney had also said during that press conference was that the DA is not looking for a plea deal. They're looking to take this to trial, and that the arraignment again will be next week on September 4th. Live in Cabazon, outside the Haro home, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
Brett, thank you. And if you've been following this case on social media at all, you may have seen a report today about Emmanuel from the Uvalde Foundation for Kids. This report claims a police informant received a confession from Jake Haro in prison about his role in the death of Emmanuel. We've reached out to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, who tells us this information is inaccurate. During the press conference today, Riverside County District Attorney Mike Hestrin also commented on the report, discrediting it immediately.
I can tell you that that's not true. There's no confession made in jail. This is what happens when you've got all these folks out there online and these keyboard warriors. You get a lot of misinformation, and what you just said is not true. It's misinformation. So that's what I'll tell you did not happen.
We also reached out to the Uvalde Foundation for Kids about the validity of their report, asking where they received the information. Their reply simply said, quote, "A legal confession was not made by Jake Haro in this case." We'll have more coverage on the investigation after the next court appearance scheduled for September 4th.
Let's get a check on the forecast. Live pictures right here from our Agua Caliente casino camera from downtown Palm Springs. We're going to send things over to Chloe, and more overcast skies.
Yeah, more of those. I know, very different for us, right? During the summer, we usually have those clear blue skies as we have the last few weeks, but that's been different this week with that monsoonal moisture. Something will stay true through our Thursday. We are tracking Tropical Storm Juliet that is now bringing more moisture into Southern California. So you might have seen this morning a little bit more of those clear skies as the sun was rising. That cloud cover started to move in the afternoon. Here's a current look at radar. That could be moisture that's evaporating before it touches the floor, but it is showing a little bit over our mountains there. As far as future precipitation, the short range model saying a little bit of movement through the Coachella Valley through the 7 o'clock hour. The North American model, this is taking us into tomorrow, Thursday afternoon. Yeah, it looks like we're getting some widespread coverage over the Coachella Valley. According to this model, other models say something different, but it looks like we could see a little bit of rain. And as it's been this week, it'll start to taper off as we get into the evening hours. So could see a little bit of rain, some sprinkles in the afternoon hours tomorrow. That cloud cover along with that rain is cooling us down for our Thursday as well. More on that later. Here's a look at those current weather conditions in downtown Palm Springs. 103 at the airport. Those winds, we have them from the west, onshore flow for the wind corridor there. Teens for most of the area. Winds also going to be more breezy for us this week, so no complaints there. Here's a look at your comfort air 3-day forecast. 80s, yes, that is 80s. High 80s, low 90s for our Thursday. We'll stay below seasonal through the rest of the work week. We'll break down more you can expect for later this week and the weekend. That full forecast coming up.
Chloe, thank you. In more local news tonight, Stuffed Pizza is holding a fundraiser. It's tomorrow at both their La Quinta and Palm Desert locations. It's called Possum Thursday. It will raise funds for the Coachella-based Animal Rescue Center of California. The center rescues dogs and has new property in Thermal to expand their services. 10% of the daily proceeds will be provided to the rescue group. It all goes towards building the new facility for furthering their rescue efforts.
The Riverside County Sheriff's Office says they have located a missing family out of Hemet. We told you about mother Lisa Trejo Cordero yesterday and her 2 young kids who were last seen in East Hemet back on August 6th. The family was scheduled to meet with Child Protective Services to finalize custody arrangements for those children. There is no additional information tonight on where they were located and when they were found. We have a road alert to tell you about. It's in Palm Springs tomorrow. Traffic signals will operate as stop signs at the South Palm Canyon Bridge. It's going to run tomorrow from 7 in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the intersection of South Palm Canyon Drive and East Sunny Dunes Road. There will be a crew there directing traffic as workers prepare a water line installation.
And new at 6 o'clock tonight, the Palm Springs Library has opened doors to their temporary location. The new spot will serve as the home for the library over the next 3 years. Our Steve Sumrall reports.
Well, the Palm Springs Public Library may be closed for much needed renovation, but for their staff, it's business as usual.
So we did months-long research to find a retail space that we could rent to turn it into a library.
And that space could be found right here on the corner of Gene Autry Trail and Highway 111 in the Vaughn's Rimrock Shopping Center. It's an area which Library Services Director Jeannie Kays describes as the best of everything.
It has a great layout, it has good parking, it's in an easy to find location, it's on the bus route. and we are just happy to be here.
Everything offered by your local library can be easily found here. In addition to reading materials, there is music, movies, computer workstations, and a drop box by the entrance for returns.
We want to make sure that we have a space for our community, a place for people to come to use the internet, Wi-Fi. We get visitors, locals, a lot of different people use the library, and we have a little bit of something for everyone.
Jeannie and her dedicated staff have worked hard to build this library, and they want you to know that it's all for you.
You might not realize it if you're someone who gets your ebook on your own, or you're able to download your Audible. We have a lot of that stuff so that you don't have to buy it. We pay for it so you don't have to. Your money's no good here at the library.
Steve Sumrall, NBC Palm Springs.
Coming up next tonight on NBC Palm Springs.
Away from the stained glass windows, so the shots were right next to me.
A fifth grader from Annunciation Catholic School shares his terrifying encounter from the school shooting that happened in Minnesota today. We'll hear more from the young man right after the break.
Also this evening, the director of the CDC pushed out just months after getting this job. We'll have details coming up.
And here's a look at your gold and silver prices. Stay with us. Those headlines right after the break.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
I was 2 seats away from the stained glass windows, so they were the shots were right next to me.
That's scary.
Yeah.
You went under the pew after that happened?
Yeah. And
Is that
I
what
got,
everyone tried to do?
I think I got gunpowder on my neck.
You're hearing from a fifth grader from Annunciation Catholic School who's speaking out after a deadly school shooting in Minnesota today. It was the first week of school during morning mass when the gunman opened fire through the church's windows. The student saying when he heard the shots, he ran under the pew and he was shielded by what he calls his guardian angel.
My friend Victor saved me though, because he laid on top of me, but he got hit.
Did he go to the hospital?
Yeah, he went to the hospital.
What went through your mind when you saw that?
I was super scared for him, but I think now he's okay.
17 others were injured in this shooting, 14 of those children. That's according to officials. Police have confirmed the shooter who killed 2 children has been identified as 23-year-old Robin Westman. He later died by a self-inflicted gunshot wound in the back of the church.
In some news across the country this evening, the director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has been ousted from her position just weeks into the new job. Dr. Susan Menares was sworn in as director of the CDC back on July 31st, making her tenure the shortest of any in the agency's history. Her departure leaves the CDC leaderless at a perilous time. Morale right now at the CDC was already low after deep staff cuts this spring. And then a gunman opened fire on the agency's main campus in Atlanta earlier this month. Shortly afterward, 600 additional employees got official termination notices.
Here's a live look outside for you. Our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Some rain chances in the valley for your Thursday. Chloe Carlson's tracking that right after the break.
A happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome back. Right now, we're taking a live look at the Walter Clark Highway 11 Cam and Ranch Mirage. Not a view that we get to see all the time. Take it in. Those are what you call clouds. Yeah, we don't get to see those a lot in the desert. Half this week, though, which no complaints after that extreme heat warning. We need a little bit of some cloud cover and a cool down. So get ready for Thursday. That's going to be a great day. High 80s. What are you in December? 105 for the high today. So we are just slightly below seasonal. That's a trend that will continue through Friday. We'll warm back up for our weekend for those of you that are just missing those hot conditions. 87 right now up in Yucca Valley, 95 for 29 Palms, 96 in Desert Hot Springs overnight tonight. Pretty consistent there. We are the low 80s, high 70s here for the desert floor. Winds also bringing the good news when it comes to those winds. Take a look at these wind conditions, future wind potential as into the rest of the week. Single-digit winds for the Yucca Valley and the southeast end here in the Coachella Valley, so really no winds at all, and breezy for North Palm Springs and Desert Hot Springs. Those of you in Desert Hot Springs, you know this is great news because we had some gusty winds when I used to live there as well. So breezy for Desert Hot Springs as well as the wind corridor. As far as surface moisture, we're going to be drying out as we get into the weekend, but keep in mind this is so much higher than we are used to. 5% is usually pretty consistent for us here on the desert floor, so even as we get into the weekend, keep that in mind. We'll start to warm up for the weekend. We get, I think, 111 on Sunday, as well as those humid conditions. So keep that in mind with your weekend plans. Want everyone to be safe, staying cool out there. As far as the tropics, this is Tropical Storm Juliet. It is going to be breaking down more of a disturbance as we into our Thursday, but this is what's ushering in the upper level moisture that's giving us that cloud cover and those chances of rain for Thursday, which is light rain at best, but worth mentioning. Could see a sprinkle here Nowhere's going to see more than a quarter inch of rain, maybe a little bit more for our mountain communities come Friday. More dry conditions as we head into the weekend. Maybe some residual moisture for our mountains. Here's a look at your company, our 7-day forecast. So like I said, well below average for our Thursday when we get back to those seasonal conditions by the weekend.
So how's the surf looking for Friday?
The surf is looking perfect. 101, water temperature. What, 80 degrees? I don't know what it is at the surf club. Don't quote me there.
Well, I'm only asking because you probably heard by now. Friday is Chloe's last day here to celebrate and give her a send-off. Not celebrate that you're leaving, but celebrate that you were here and so fabulous while you were here. We have a little farewell bash, and hopefully you can show off your Super Mario skills for us there. It's from 4 to 7. Please RSVP if you'd like to join us out there. You can just head to our website. You'll see that page right there. It's totally free. Space is limited though, so we'd like to know if you'll be there. Maybe you can even jump in the water with Chloe for one last splash and send-off, and we will miss you here.
Yeah, we love the surf club, so what better place to be than at the surf club with everyone that we love here in the Valley. Our viewers have been so sweet. So
yeah, and that Labor Day luau is, I believe, on Sunday, so that's not connected to this event, but something else that's coming up
Keep the
this
party
weekend.
going on Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to participate even further in on the fun, we've got 2 contests running right now. It's on our cool page for the Palm Springs Surf Club. One contest, it's for Chloe's goodbye party we just mentioned, and the other is for a pair of tickets to what they were just talking about, that luau party. That's this Sunday, Labor Day weekend. Again, for more information, you can visit the cool page for the surf club on our website. That's NBCPalmSprings.com. Feel free to check out some other fun stuff happening around the Valley as well. We'll be right back.
The NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk with Tim O'Brien. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
NFL action starts next week, and of course that means fantasy football is back. Our Tim O'Brien joins us live from La Quinta. He's been dusting off his Vikings apparel, getting ready for the season, and he's also doing a local media draft for his fantasy team tonight. Tim, how's it looking out there?
Olivia, I had my Vikings hat, my socks, I had everything ready, and I forgot it. The draft is ready to rock. We've got representatives from Desert Orthopedics. We've got Palm Royal Cannabis. We are live at Sabatino's in La Quinta. I'll start with Mike, the Rams fan here, clearly in his Rams gear. What pick do you have, and what's your strategy?
We got the 7th pick, and I'm taking Shadur Sanders.
This is live. You can't take that back.
No, he's off the board. I'm running with Shadur.
for the Rams, in all seriousness, it's going to have a good year.
Yeah, we're going to have a great year. We're going to the Super Bowl. I got my hat on, and yeah, it's going to be a good year, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a great night tonight, and thank you all for coming.
All right, Spaghetti Jeff, what pick do you have, and what's your strategy here tonight?
I have the number 2 pick, and I really don't have any strategy. I was going to pick a kicker, but then I've been instructed to get a running back, so I'm thinking maybe Bijan Robinson, or maybe I'm going to take Justin Jefferson.
All right, Justin Jefferson, you can't go wrong there. Look, bunch of comedians here, clearly. All right. Jeff the Dome Bloom, 1027 The Fanatic, deals with this group every single day. He's a saint for it. 13 years back here. This is the league. All right. So, all right. I've got the 4th pick, so I've got a lot relying on this. I can't come back to studio a loser tonight, so we're going to make sure we get the right pick at number 4. I guess I'm not going back, she said. All right, look, live at Sabatino's. Come on out. Best pizza, pasta, and wings here in the Coachella Valley. Be sure to come on out, and we'll have more tonight at 11 on exactly how the whole draft unfolded. But live at Sabatino's in La Quinta, I'm Tim O'Brien. Send it back to you guys in studio.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
A new series of The Terminal List premieres on Prime today. Rick Damigella spoke with Taylor Kitsch, Chris Pratt, and also the series creators.
All you can do is play your part and try and make a difference.
The Terminal List, Dark Wolf takes audiences on a prequel mission set before the events of the original series.
May our courage exceed our level of violence.
Dark Wolf takes place in 2015 and tells the story of Ben Edwards and how he moved from the Navy SEALs into the black side of operations and ended up working for the CIA.
We go back 7 years and you see him and meet him in Iraq, and he's in control of Charlie Platoon. And Mr. Pratt's character, James Reese, comes and relieves him. He's Alpha Platoon. And so you're going to see that transition happen.
Welcome to the suck, brother. Good to be back. Good to see you, man.
It was something that was really exciting to me because obviously in the first season of The Terminal List, it's so dark. It's a psychological thriller. This man's lost his team. He's lost his family. He's not cutting up, making jokes and being goofing around and having fun. So there's a certain lightness to James Reese that you'll see in Dark Wolf.
You do not have to carry this weight alone. RPG! The only way out is right through it.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Brighter Side of the News is brought to you by Fiesta Kia. Discover the all-new Fiesta Kia located in the I-10 Auto Mall.
Could new music be on the way from Ariana Grande? The Grammy Award-winning singer posted a mysterious teaser on social media this week with the message, "See you next year, announcement loading." It's likely hinting at new music. Grande's last album, Eternal Sunshine, was released in 2024. She has promised fans she isn't leaving music behind amid some new acting projects. Grande is starring in Wicked for Good, which releases later this year. So she sings, she acts. I have to say, one of my favorite Ariana Grande things is when she was on Saturday Night Live and she did all of those musical impressions. It was eye-opening. I'm like, she is so amazingly talented.
Yeah, she is very talented. Her impressions of Jennifer Coolidge, I think that was one of them, right?
Fabulous, yeah.
And has a great perfume as well. So
she can do it all.
Well, looking forward to that. That's going to do it for us tonight. We're back here for the news at 11. Please join us for that. Meantime, Fred Rogan is next. He's got the latest with the Rogan Report. Good night.